Hi, Debbie Domingo here. Today is Sunday, March 18th, 2018. I wanted to take just a minute, and I mean just a minute, because I am so crunched for time, it's not even funny. I just got home from church. I'm on my way to a hair appointment. I have 1,000,001 things on my to-do list, and it never, ever stops. If you have messaged me or emailed me and I haven't answered yet, I'm so sorry. My plate is just really, really full right now. So I hate to make excuses, but I just don't have time for anything right now. But I wanted to take a couple of minutes just to do a quick video because I haven't done one for a while. And I wanted to just mention some of the great things that are happening with our case right now. If you are paying attention at all to the East Area Rapist Golden State Killer case, you are probably already aware that, number one, law enforcement is busting their tails right now. They're taking an approach that I just love. They looked at the series of East Area rapes and they said, you know what? This guy was obviously a very skilled criminal by the time he committed that first rape that we know of in June of 1976. He was already a good prowler, a good burglar, good at getting into the houses and controlling his subjects. He had to have been committing crimes much, much earlier. So law enforcement has been digging into old reports, prowling, breaking and entering, peeping Tom kinds of stuff. They're looking at all of these back from 72, 73, 74, 75. They're looking into the old cases and seeing what could correspond into our case MO-wise. And they're making some really, really great progress. They've come up with some really interesting things. Take a look when you get a chance. Look online, look at Sac Sheriff, look at my Facebook page, who is the Golden State Killer. I'm trying to keep up with resources on that page. But just have you know that law enforcement is really digging in right now. And to be honest with you guys, I am so optimistic. It's not even funny. I know all of 2017, we said, this is the year, as time's running out. Guess what? I don't think there's much time left for him to run out. I think his days are numbered, not just weeks and months. I think days are numbered. So I'm really hopeful about that. I'm very optimistic. There may be a lot of you out there who are thinking, oh, this poor woman, is she ever going to give up and realize it's not going to be solved? No, I'm not going to give up. So don't ask me to give up. I believe we're going to get an identity. The reason I believe we're going to get an identity is because the media is finally getting super, super active about our case. Just in the past couple of months, January, February, March of 2018, we've seen a ton of activity. And I'm not going to go into a whole lot of detail, but things that you should be aware of. Podcasting. Fox 40 did a multi-part podcast. Criminology has devoted an entire season to us. Right now, they just dropped episode 4 last night. So if you haven't seen that or heard that yet, it's not too late for you to jump in and catch up. There's only 4 episodes out right now, and I don't know how many their total is, but it's really good. Really, really good. There are a couple of TV specials out right now. ID Channel just put out a series called The Golden State Killer, It's Not Over. That just came out earlier this month, and that was 4 parts. Really, really well done. Then tonight, March 18th, a new 5-part series is going to be coming out on HLN, Headline News Network, as part of CNN. And that series is called Unmasking a Killer. And I'm really, really looking forward to this one as well. The ID series was fantastic. I think HLN is going to be just as good. So look for those. Another thing that's been really interesting that has happened, of course, there are some great books out already. But in February, Michelle McNamara's long-awaited book came out. Now, it's not focused solely on the case itself and the details. You're not going to see a step-by-step recap of the cases like you did in the case files of the East Area Rapist Golden State Killer by Kat Winters. That was a good chronological step-by-step, all the case information you'd ever want to see. With the McNamara's book, It's a much more personal account. It's really kind of her autobiography when it comes to this case. She talks about what got her interested in true crime and what got her interested in our case and the routes that she's taken in trying to help investigate our case. So it's a much more personal account. There are a lot of people who are critical of that. Personally, I loved it. I like that spin of it. And I can't go without saying that the chapter that was devoted to my mom and Greg in particular, I just felt like that was just so well done. I'm super grateful for that. Anyway, with that book coming out, Patton Oswalt is making a nationwide tour, book signing, doing all kinds of different little sit-down talk things in various places throughout the United States. So he's really, really put us on the map. So Patton, if you're paying attention, I don't know if you ever watch my videos. I know that sounds really silly. Does Patton Oswalt watch my videos? Doubtful. But if you're watching, thank you, sir. My heart goes out to you. Very, very grateful. Another thing that's coming up, super excited. Last year, Michelle Cruz and I, along with Jane Carson Sandler and Mike Morford, we all appeared at CrimeCon 2017 in Indianapolis. We presented a panel called The Golden State Killer. And we were able to make some really, really great connections within the media, within law enforcement, within, cold case investigators and that kind of stuff, and to reach a lot of the public at CrimeCon 17. This year, we decided we wanted to go again. We weren't invited to speak again this year, but Michelle and I were really committed to, at the very least, going and setting up a table, passing out some information, networking, meeting the people again. And so we started another GoFundMe to raise the funds for us to be able to take off work and go do that. As it turns out, two phenomenal things have happened. Number one is supporters came out of the woodwork, and in record amount of time, we already, I think it took less than 6 weeks for us to raise over $5,000 for us to be able to make the trip. So thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you. The other thing that's happened is CrimeCon is going to have us speak, and I'm super excited. We'll be on stage with Billy Jensen and Paul Haynes, who are the co-authors who ended up finishing Michelle McNamara's book. So the panel is going to be a focus on her book, I'll Be Gone in the Dark. It will feature guests, myself, Jane Carson Sandler, and Michelle Cruz, who Michelle McNamara interviewed for the book. So there's a tie-in right there. And then there's going to be a special breakout session after that that's going to include another survivor, Margaret Wardlow, our dear, dear Margaret. And she's going to be with us. And we'll be able to go a little bit more in depth for people who, have questions about the case. We'll do a question and answer kind of a thing, along with Billy Jensen and Paul Haynes on that as well, I believe. So CrimeCon, here we come. Look out. That's going to be May 4, 5, and 6 in Nashville this year. And I've never been there, so I'm pretty excited about that. Hopefully we'll have a few minutes to be able to see the sights around the city. There are a couple more TV projects in the works that I'm not quite at liberty to speak of. There are some new articles in magazines and stuff like that coming out. So the attention is not dying down. In fact, it just gets bigger and bigger. And our ultimate goal is that everybody in the United States will understand this case, understand who was the East Area Rapist, Golden State Killer, what did he do, what do we need to look for, how can we help? And let's get an identity on this guy. I'm on my Twitter, I'm doing hashtag let's get him. Hashtag let's get him, East Area Rapist, Golden State Killer. The efforts are working, guys. All of you who are volunteering your time, your energy, your resources, your money, you're losing sleep, you're ignoring your families, you're doing whatever it takes to get to the bottom of this case. Thank you. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you. Please don't give up. I think we're on the right track. The DNA does not lie. He's gonna get identified. It's gonna happen. So for those of you who are getting tired, don't give up. Don't stop. Don't slow down. I'm not stopping. I'm not slowing down. It's crunch time. Let's go get this guy. Y'all have a great day. See you later.